or a complex renovation, they've got you covered. Literally. Call TK Vandy today and build something better. Together, TK Vandy, built with purpose, roofed with pride.
You've been low-key thinking about dropping a podcast. Well, now is the time to start, brah. Sports, politics, finance, science, health, real estate, music, interviews, surfing, conspiracy theories, or alien abductions. Ready to main character your own content? We can make it happen with Turnkey Podcast Productions from 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida. Our local, modern, state-of-the-art multimedia recording studio is now available for booking, starting at just $100 an episode. Take your fandom to the next level. For more information, text the keyword studio to 850-215-6290. Text studio to 850-215-6290. Text studio 215-6290 or jam over to ESPNPC.com. Bruh.
WPLQ Port St. Joe, WGSX Lunden, powered by Panama City Toyota.
ESPN, Northwest Florida.
Rise and shine, campers. It's a brand new day.
What a lovely morning.
Good morning, starshine.
You seem happy this morning.
Morning, everybody. Thanks for coming in early.
The Coach James Hale Show is live and local. Live from the J. Michael Studio. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Ice too.
I'm gonna make it sweat.
And good morning.
Second hot tub.
Yeah.
Really make me sweat.
Yeah.
Second hot tub.
Yeah.
Really make me wet.
Yeah. Well. Tell you what, that hot tub felt good Saturday and Sunday. You talking about a cold weekend? That's got to be record. At Cape Coral, where we came from, which it never get cold down there. It was like in the low 30s. Miami at one point was colder than Alaska. You talking about some cold weather. And Sunday morning, the power goes out, and I got up, put a little blanket on the thing, because my Stevenson air conditioning is incredible. If you had any problems, you make sure you call Stevenson Air Conditioning. When the power was on, buddy, our place felt really good, really warm. Now, I got to ask the three amigos we got in here today. We got a legend in here. I mean, he is incredible. What he has done in his career is unbelievable. Brian, how you doing today?
I'm great. I thought you were talking about Glenn.
He did too. That's the reason I did that. Now, he knows. How, baseball in this cold weather,
Yeah.
what do you guys do?
It's tough, man. I planned on practicing Saturday and ended up canceling that one because you don't want to get anybody hurt because it's so cold and you're out there trying to throw and muscles are tight and everything. We just manage it the best we can. We start practice as early as we can, try to get done with everything early so we can get the kids out of the weather. We've taken a couple of days and gone in the locker room and do some work on the chalkboard, trying to teach some things, our bunt coverages and this and that and the other, just try to get something done on those cold days.
Are there anything you can do in the gym? I know Chris would, when we first opened up, would go in the gym sometimes. But I know it's limited what you can do, but do y'all ever go into the gym? Mosley's got that indoor practice facility over there. Do y'all ever try to call and use that?
We've tried. We have set up some things with different batting cages, Cat 5 facility, and that sort of thing. Our gym is so packed because we have middle school basketball going on right now. Boys and girls basketball are heading to districts, so there's no way for us to get in the gym. It's just way too busy right now. So our only option is some hitting facilities in the area.
Can you believe it, Glenn? We're getting ready for high school baseball.
I know it.
I can't believe how fast
the
things
soccer
fly
ends
by.
will be warm. But while you're building classrooms, that'll get Mr. Beach to go ahead and build you an indoor facility.
I'll go ahead and put in the request for that.
We got a brand new indoor facility being built out there at Publix Park.
Yes.
That's going to be incredible.
Yeah.
And that will help Arnold. I'm sure they'll work the thing out there. It'd be difficult for the other schools to come out there and use it, I guess.
Yeah, it's so far away. I mean, Publix has been great with us. I talked to their coordinator the other day, and
Chris?
to set up maybe the possibility of having to play games there and that sort of thing. And he's been great to work with. So, good facilities, good people.
All right, before we get really rolling.
I can't imagine hitting with that aluminum bat. Oh, my gosh.
It'll sting right now.
I've watched you swing. I don't think you really got to worry about it.
Well, look, hey, Rusty
Your swing
Gate,
is nice.
Rusty Gate, baby.
We're speaking of this weather. A couple things I want to talk about. Wildcat had to go up to Cincinnati, I believe it was. His mother passed away. She was 97 years old. He got there, and he said it was a nightmare traveling there because of the snow, ice, everything they went through. Lexington, Kentucky had 16 inches of snow. Newport, North Carolina had 15.2. And the place we hang out, we were there a week ago, they got, Pigeon Forge got 13.5 inches of snow. Incredible. And the top 4, Beach Mountain, North Carolina, had 12.5 inches of snow. That's a lot of snow, man, within a day. It was unbelievable. And those poor people in North Carolina, not used to that. I'm talking about on the coast. No power. I was watching the Weather Channel, that one thing. That was brutal. Now, it was cold here. I don't ever remember it being colder than this. Do you?
No. It was too
wind.
cold to snow here.
It was the wind that got us.
Oh, man.
Well, the craziest thing here was the water.
Yeah.
I mean, living where I live, I got out and I live on a canal over there towards North Shore, and I got down into what would normally be water, and I could walk the entire canal. It was crazy. You sitting there watching where normally water's 4 or 5 foot deep, and it's dry land.
My brother-in-law's got a condo in Bay Point that's you can walk out and jump on one of those boats. I drove by there and I looked twice. I said, the boats are sinking. Something's wrong. So you drive down, same thing you said. I'm glad you mentioned that. The water was so low. I don't know. I don't think the boats were hitting the ground, but it was really close, really close. I had never seen it like that there.
Sailboats were in the bay and stuff are leaning over because it was. Yeah.
What caused that? Was that just the tide going out? The wind?
You had a low tide with a north wind, and it just blew 25 miles an hour and just blew all the water out.
Wow.
Did you see pictures of the lagoon?
Yeah.
The whole lagoon out there. When you go over there by where Jay Michaels is and you looked out, some of those pictures, you could almost walk across that whole area.
Crazy. Absolutely crazy. All right, Brian, I want to ask you this. Baseball, cricket, when is the first official game? Do y'all have jamborees or what do you call them?
This week is our preseason classic week.
Okay,
so
classic.
Bay High's hosting the Bay County preseason classic. We've got us at Bozeman, Bay, Mosley, Rutherford, and North Bay Haven are playing in it over there.
Oh, good.
We play tomorrow against Bay High, and then Thursday we play against Mosley.
Kind of like a county thing, isn't it?
It is. It's a Bay County thing. And
is Arnold in it?
Yeah. No, Arnold's not in it. I think they may be hosting something at their place. Or I know last year when I was at Arnold, we traveled down to IMG for our preseason classic.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's all of the county teams except for Arnold.
Yeah. Doug Williams, his sons are playing at Arnold. His beautiful wife's birthday's coming up, so I got to make sure I don't forget that when her birthday is. But what was it like leaving Arnold, now going to be the head coach, taking over and following a legend? I mean, this guy's incredible. Patton, that's like when Glenn retired, somebody trying to follow him.
Yeah, I mean, it's been interesting coaching against Bozeman. I've been coaching against them for 18 years.
So you know all about it.
I know how that program has been, and it's been weird. The first day you walk in there and you're in that third base dugout, that home dugout just felt odd. That this is now the field that I'm coaching on. But Jeff Patton's been great. He's been a great supporter of our program, comes out to practice every now and then, trying to get him to throw some BP, but he hadn't picked up a fungo or a baseball yet, but we're trying to keep him involved in it. But it's been fun. One thing that I have to say is my players, they could have transferred to anywhere else in Bay County when I took over, and I didn't lose anyone, and that just
awesome.
shows that they've put a lot of trust in me and our coaches and what we're going to do this year. So we've got a good year ahead of us.
Coach, just for a second, talk about the...
Wait a minute. Shannon and Doug, you know them.
Yes.
Good people. Her birthday's coming up.
Okay.
So...
I'll make
Y'all
sure.
don't let me forget. I got to sing to her.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, Patrick.
I've coached her kids for a few years. So
good kids, man.
Very good
Great kids.
Bo and Gage, good kids.
That's a good-looking couple, Doug and Shannon.
Yeah, definitely.
Just talk about the number of kids you had come out for tryouts this year. you were telling me a little bit about it, and it was just amazing, some of the numbers you were telling me.
I had over 50 kids at tryouts. I think the total number was around 52, 53 kids at tryouts. We have more kids on our roster than our football team did. It's amazing to see how that community is and how much love for the game of baseball there is in that community and how many people want to play baseball at Bozeman High School. I've got 9 seniors on my team. I think we maybe had 6 on our football team. I mean, it's just a testament to how strong that program is and how much the people in that area love baseball.
I mean, it was interesting. I came out there to service the field one day. Was that a Saturday or school wasn't in session? It was something, but I got there and me and Brian were like, well, if y'all can stay off the infield for 5 minutes, then I can go to the foul line on right field and then y'all can move up. And but while I'm out there doing what I do, the kids were throwing baseball. Then they started playing football. So it wasn't just, we're here to do something. It was the community part of it that he's talking about, where they were all interacting, doing different things. And then the softball coach shows up with some of the softball girls. And it was just super interesting for me to watch from the outsider, looking at how involved all the kids were interacting with each other and doing different activities. And this is before tryouts.
Yeah. That was during fall ball. That was during fall ball, and I think you were actually there during 7th period before the school day let out, and that's when we were doing our throwing program. And it's a great community. We have a great relationship with our softball team. Our softball team and our baseball team support each other. It's great out there.
We used to do the games. We pick a team of the week, game day.
Yeah.
We go set up and do the radio show from over there. And I tell you, we went one time, Glenn, they had signs made for him because he had worked there. I'm talking the elementary kids were out. They had the whole school's out watching us do our radio show and the bands playing, the cheerleaders. But that school takes a lot of pride in it. But you were a superstar. Remember that? All those kids were crazy.
It was, we kicked butt like Coach Manley kicks or something like that.
Yeah.
But, I had the privilege of teaching there, for 2 years. And the thing was, the kids start out in elementary school and they watch the high school kids and the middle school kids and they grow up to be Buck, and so it's really neat. And then when you go down the hallway and all the elementary kids know who you are. I went down to elementary school a lot, so I was the tallest one there. So, anyway. But it's fantastic. I mean,
in today's school world that we have, you don't get that anymore, what Glenn's talking about. I can remember when I went and grew up, everybody knew everybody.
Yeah.
And so you had kids in 7th grade that knew who the seniors were, and the seniors over kind of watched them. With all this school transferring and stuff now, I mean, I listen to my daughter and my son, and they hang out sometimes with kids from another school that that was almost unheard of back when we were growing up. I mean,
before we get to our first break, I want to go out and remind everybody, you graduated from LSU.
Yes.
Your sons went to LSU.
Yes.
One was in the band. Talk about your background. What did you get your degree in? How long you been coaching?
My degree's in exercise physiology. I thought I was going to be like a cardiac rehab guy, and got out of college and couldn't really find a job, so got into coaching and haven't looked back. I coached in Louisiana for about 6 years. I was head baseball coach at Opelousas High School. And then some brilliant guy in Panama City Beach decided to bring me onto his coaching staff at Arnold High School, James Hale. I don't know if I should hug him or punch him for it, but James actually brought me down here in 2007. Coached at Arnold for 6 years. During that time, I was everything from head JV baseball coach, head girls basketball coach, helped with the football program. And then I was head baseball coach at North Bay Haven for 6 years, head baseball coach at Liberty County for 2, did another stint at Arnold for 4 years as assistant coach, and now I'm at Bozeman High School. So
it's that SEC background, that LSU fighting. So I always liked LSU. You got to be intelligent to get in there.
You do. LSU, great experience. I was there when Shaq played basketball at LSU, and the football team wasn't that great in those years. Those were the Mike Archer years when he was head coach there. So the football games weren't nearly as fun as the basketball games back in the day. So,
I tell you what, you've done a great job. I tell you, Bozeman, they got got a great one. They lost a great one. They replaced them with a great one, which we knew they would. And I think you'll keep that thing rolling over there. And baseball, we get back to this break. We'll talk a bit more about baseball. But right now, let's talk about some of our great sponsors. Got so many of them. We had a wonderful time. I did anyway, Phil Cobb. Matter of fact, Glenn and I went there for lunch. I think it was Thursday or Friday. Had a great time. We were going to go to Peppers, our new sponsor, and didn't make it down there. Julie got feeling really bad and had to go to the walk-in clinic. So we didn't make it to Peppers. We will get down there. We're pumped up about that. We all know how good it is. They've got one in Panama City. We've got that one. And now they've moved out to Panama City Beach. We're grateful for that. But you're talking about some great deals, man. On Monday, today, if you're military, get out to Pepper's Mexican Grills on Panama City Beach Parkway. You get 10% off your military and buy one, get one free every day. Their margaritas there are outstanding. Draft beer is unbelievable. Brian, matter of fact, Coach Norman and a bunch of us, Thomas Ray, Jared Hale, a lot of people went down there after Julie's Hall of Fame. That was fun. We had a great time. We had that back room kind of by ourselves.
Yeah, we did. The food was great. Everything was great. We had a really good time there.
Yeah, it's a great place. Have a birthday party or whatever you want to do. Get together. The food's incredible. What they've done inside is really nice. They've really fixed the thing up big time. Pepper's Mexican Grill. We got one on 77, and we got one now on beautiful Panama City Beach. Go check it out. You're glad you did. Also, we talked a minute ago about the weather. Don't let that dang thing run all night long, all day long. You're still freezing. You're wasting your money. Call Jason. Call Stevenson Air Condition. They'll come out and take care of all your problems. I guarantee you'll be glad you did. They're incredible. You can't get more local than Patrick. Patrick, I just heard about you helping take care of the baseball field at Bozeman. You could do that to any field. You can make any field like a golf course. How do people get up with you?
Well, our local number is 850-890-5820. You can look us up on Facebook at Turf Pro PC. If you're not following us on the Facebook page, go on there, follow us. We got some specials we're going to be running this year and some interesting stuff that's coming. We can get rid of those bugs out of the house, and we can get your field or your yard looking like Bozeman's field. Or Bay's field over there that he gets to play on this week.
That's right.
Can't wait. High school baseball kicking off. We get back at Glenn Manley. We're going to talk about what's going on locally. We're talking about more about high school baseball, what we're known for in Bay County. It ain't football, it ain't basketball. This is baseball big time. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida is taking it to the hole. Your home for the most live college basketball on the Gulf Coast. The ACC, SEC, and the biggest games in the country. Plus the official station of March Madness.
The Panhandle's destination for live play-by-play.
Hear every slam dunk in ultra-high fidelity right here.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida. For this afternoon and evening, sunny and a high of 53 with wind 5 to 10 miles per hour out of the west. Mostly clear skies tonight, a light wind and cool near 47. Partly sunny and 65 tomorrow. 63 and very light showers with a moderate breeze Wednesday. Thursday, mostly sunshine and a temperature a bit colder at 54. This is your Monday's weather sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for listening to ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Discover your next adventure at Bill Bird Kia, where the road is yours. Start the new year in a brand new Kia from Bill Bird Kia. And don't miss this limited time offer on the purchase of a stunning new 2025 Kia K4 with sporty style, spirited performance, and 2.9% APR for up to 48 months. Thinking about the iconic Kia Soul, the 2025 model delivers its unmistakable silhouette and massive cargo space. It's the last of its kind. Purchase a new 2025 Kia Soul and get 3.9% APR for up to 60 months, but hurry before it's all gone. You get the perfect balance of comfort, safety, and technology. Bill Bird Kia, the home of the 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Stop by and see us today at 2435 East 15th Street or anytime at BillBirdKiaPanamaCity.com. Offer from Kia Finance America for the purchase of a new 2025 Kia K4 with $22.09 per month per 1,000 financed in 48 months, or a new 2025 Kia Soul with $18.37 per month per 1,000 financed in 60 months. Quantities are limited. Cannot be combined with other finance offers. New vehicles only. Not available on balloon finance. With 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty is a Bill Bird Kia.
Outfit. Wow. Ladies, he'll look sharp in those jeans and new hat, too. Okay, fellas, to be on the safe side and not be sleeping on the couch, that boot store suggests that you complement that Western outfit with some lovely flowers, candy, or a romantic card. Maybe all three. Just a suggestion from that boot store. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 9 till 5. Friday and Saturday, 9 till 5:30. Next to Billboard Kia, 15th Street, Panama City.
From the Vortex Springs to the Bear Paw Canoe Trail. From Shell Island to 30A. We're your home for live sports. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michael Studio. ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. I want to thank Glenn Manley for his beautiful Bay High School sweatshirt, hoodie. I love it, man. It's a beautiful like American flag. Tell me what this is.
Well, this is, we had the 8th annual George Mulligan tournament. He's actually the father of wrestling in Bay County. Started in 76. He's helped all the schools. Back then it was Mosley, and it was, Mosley and Bay and Rutherford. And he was helping all three schools, but he was the first coach at Bay High School. And this year was the 50th year of Bay High Wrestling. And also they put the American flag on there because the 250th year of our country and things like that. And so, I told him not to. We were talking, and I said, "Don't put a year on anything," because I've got some that go back 5 or 6 years. That, but it's a great thing. There was over 30, almost 40 teams there this year, and had women's teams are there and everything, or girls teams. It's fantastic, and every third or fourth, I think it's the third weekend in January every year for at least 8 we year. But before that, Coach Futer and Coach Lawson and Coach Mulligan, they had it for about 25 years. They had it, the wrestling tournament. So,
well, what is going on locally?
Well, it's as you can tell outside, it's soccer season. But first one, if you have a chance to take a prayer today at 9:30, Coach Moon goes under extensive neck surgery. So please say a couple of prayers for him. He's good out there, and I lost my golf partner for about 6 months now, so he won't be able to even think about swinging a golf club yet. So, but it's really intricate what they're going to do about his neck and go all the way down his back. So, that's from playing football at Georgia. And I said, well, when they never told us that, but I'd do it all over again too. So anyway, but, in boys soccer, we'll start out with, number one in the District 5A, Region 1 now. They're in regional play. Arnold will host Pensacola, Washington, who actually upset Gulf Breeze in the district championship. But they're ranked number 8 in the region, so they will visit Arnold. And also in number 5A, Region 1, Gulf Breeze will go all the way to Fleming Island and play. This is on Friday. And then Choctaw goes to Ponte Vedra, that's on Friday. They go all the way over there. So, again, FHSA doesn't know anything about traveling in Northwest Florida. And then 4A, Bay is at Vanguard, Ocala Vanguard. This is 4A Region 1. And also in 4A Region 1, Rickards is at Fort Walton Beach, and West Florida goes to Wakulla. In the 3A Region 1, North Behaven hosts Fernandina Beach, and then South Walton goes all the way to Jacksonville Wolfson. And 3A again, Pensacola Catholic will host Bowles, because they don't want Bowles to have to travel over here and travel again. So Bowles is coming one time, and so hopefully Pensacola Catholic ends their season. We'll see. And 3A Region 1, 2A Region 1, it is Marianne at PK Young, so that's another travel. So that's the boys' side. The girls' side in 5A Region 1, Mosley's at Gulf Breeze, and then 3A Region 1, North Behaven is at Pensacola Catholic, and South Walton goes all the way to Keystone Heights. And the games on Tuesday night will be the 3A and the 2A. And on Monday night, which is tonight, North Behaven's at Pensacola Catholic. This is girls, and South Walton goes to Keystone Heights tonight. And that's what's happening locally. And also the boys basketball and girls basketball districts start this week. And I'll have a kind of a lineup on Wednesday who's playing where, if there's any scores. So we'll go with that. And then we were talking about, and Patrick said it's already over, but we talked about Bay High's cheerleading. They had won 4 state championships. They won season. In 2008, 2012, I was lucky enough to be the AD in that. And then 2015 and 2016, those were the 4 years they were state champions. In 2021, they were national champions.
I thought I saw them down in Orlando.
They were down there again, whatever. And Patrick said it was, I don't know who won it that time. Who won it this year? But
I don't know. I'm going to look it up. Yeah, the UCA Nationals were this past weekend for the competition team, and I saw a post where they had. So you start out with everybody competes on like a Thursday, and then the finals are on Sunday. And if you win a round, you go automatically to finals, and they went automatically to finals.
I know why they're so good in cheerleading right here. They start so young. They do it. Laureline Layton will be in Georgia, I think, next weekend. Then they fly to Dallas at the end of the month to do. They go all over the place. It's unbelievable. Your daughter did it. Your daughter did it, right, Coach? Patrick, your daughter did that from knee high up.
Yeah, she's been cheering for quite a while, and it's a lot.
I'm so glad they made it a sport in FHSA. Man, I was tired of filling out those Title IX forms because we could not get. I even had Coach Rooney Scoville come over and talk to our girls basketball, and we did. We're lucky enough to have them in soccer and volleyball and softball, but the other sports, we couldn't get many of them out. So,
the interesting thing about it is when you go to, it's a sport in high school, and there's two different teams. So you have a sideline team that cheers at your football games, basketball games, some events and stuff like that. Then you have a competition team, which is completely different, and they only do the competitions. They have FHA rules where they can.
So this is something new. In the old days, they had just one team.
This has been around for a long time. It's just the rules are more strict now.
No, it hadn't. When we were coaching, they didn't have that. This is new. This competition thing. It's not. Remember the old days, you had your cheerleaders who wouldn't cheer for the sports. They didn't do that stuff.
And when you're talking about old days, how old are we talking about? Back when you wore leather helmets back in the day? Or what?
Hey, he was back when they didn't have helmets.
I want to get back to baseball, and I say this all the time. I think you guys got more pressure on you than the football coaches.
Yeah.
Of the 26 years I've involved in Bay County, I've seen more baseball coaches fired than any other sport. Basketball, you can survive a little bit longer. Football, even though we're paid the most, we don't have to teach. They treat us greatly, but we last longer than baseball coaches.
Well,
you've got to win.
Everybody's a baseball coach.
Yeah, I think that's it. I really do.
It really is.
I used to have, when I was the AD, I'd go, you know what? Here's what we're going to do. Whatever he wants to do is what we're going to do because, he's the one that's out there every day. He's the one that sees the kids every day.
You're right. Everybody's a coach.
And so, I coached him in the Little League, and I coached my son when he was down and then, and I'm like, well, guess what? There's people now that are just as good as your son that are playing, and so we had to go through all that, and you have to. I listen to them, but then you have to explain what's going on.
Right.
If you don't back your coaches, then guess what? You're going to end up coaching it. And you know what? I love baseball. I played it and I coached it a little bit, but that just that's one of those things like when they pick the baseball team and they pick the cheerleaders. The phone rings automatically, and the thing is, but it's everything now, and Brian can tell you, it's a year-round sport.
It absolutely is.
If you don't play,
I want to ask him. I want to ask you something. I've watched all these coaches, and Glenn, you can jump in on this too. I think this is the best group of coaches we've probably ever seen. You've been in it now. You've been in Bay County. How many years?
18 years.
18 years.
Yeah.
Look what Hudson's done. Yeah. Wherever he's been, he's won. He's at Bay. He'll turn that around. We lost Pat, and they replaced him with you.
Right.
We got Lee at Mosley, which I think is unbelievable.
We had Harless. It was really, really good. And, he actually played baseball. He actually played basketball for me at Bay, and then he played baseball at Bay. But he has really built himself up, and he is fantastic. Now his youngsters come along and done a really good job, too.
So. And you see what's going on at Arnold.
Yeah.
They got the right guy there, and you saw what happened there. Right. So in your opinion, is this one of the top groups of head coaches we've had at one time?
Yeah, you look at how much experience the coaches in this area have. There's, a ton of experience. You add it all up, it's going to be a lot. Just a very experienced group of coaches that have coached not only in the Bay County area, but all over the country, and it's a good group of guys. We talk a lot, and everybody's competitive. Everybody loves to compete against each other. It's a great group of coaches we have here in baseball in Bay County.
Do y'all get along pretty well? I know football is totally different. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. It seems like there's some hard things with football. But baseball-wise, you guys get along pretty well.
Yeah, we do. It's something where you're coaching against the guy. When you turn the lights on, it's all different. But if we need a scouting report against somebody, we'll call each other, and everybody helps each other out. It's a pretty good relationship. There's not any animosity between coaches in Bay County. We all get along really well.
Glenn, you've been around a long. We got a minute. You've been around a long time. All these, isn't this probably one of the best groups of coaches we've had?
And we had some good guys leave. We had some great people, also replace him. So it's been a good thing. And Rutherford's coming along, and North Bay Haven's been really good. So everybody's kind of making that move, and so it's a very competitive district too. I mean, we're just in the county. If you win the county, you've done something here too. So, and it's not to me, it's not more where it used to be. This is a football school, this is a baseball school, this is a basketball school. I think now everybody is kind of getting their feet wet, and they're doing a good job on all the sports. And so I think it's really the baseball coach that kind of stands out when you see what's going on.
I tell you what, we're fortunate to have we guys. It's going to be very competitive. Real quick, what do you think? Who's going to be? We don't all play each other in the county in baseball like we do in football.
We try to play each other. I think I know us at Bozeman, we play everybody except for North Bay Haven, and I think everyone pretty much plays everybody in Bay County twice. So at the end of the year, we do get bragging rights over who's county champion based on record. It'd be nice if we did a county tournament, but it's hard with scheduling to put something out there. But
and you're limited in games.
You are limited in games and facilities and everything else, so that makes it tough to do a county tournament. I think softball does a county tournament.
I love that.
Yeah, it's great. But we're all pretty competitive, and we will get bragging rights. Someone will get bragging rights as being the county champion in Bay County.
All right, let's talk about some of our great people. If you're looking to get a gift for someone, Patrick's birthday's coming up. I got to get him something. I think what I'm going to do is go down and see Russ and Amber. David Adams, jewelry designer. They are incredible. They deal with you. They're over there on how is it? 77. I love them. They are great people, man. Really great people. And Russ, I know he's still heartbroken. The 49ers got kicked out of the playoffs, but you know what? They had a pretty good year. Russ, we love you, brother. We'll come see you soon. Also, Dr. Ward, I got an appointment with him tomorrow at 1:30. If it doesn't look right, it doesn't feel right, all it takes is 5 minutes. I say it all the time. We lost a strength coach at Houston to skin cancer. They got it too late. It can be deadly, and it's ridiculous. All it takes is 5 minutes. Go get checked out. If you're listening right now in Northwest Florida, there's an office near you. Also, don't forget about the legendary J. Michael's Restaurant, Thomas Drive. They're closed on Mondays. They'll be open up soon, but the rest of the week they're open. Great food, great atmosphere. The legendary J. Michael's. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
The Sports Blitz.
I wish they'd just take the face mask off. There was a guy named Paul Bryant from Morro Bottom, Arkansas, who said face masks ruined football because you couldn't stiff-arm people in the nose.
A roll tide.
Yeah, well, whatever.
The Sports Blitz.
Live and local, weekdays, 4 to 6.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
When it comes to backyard dreams, trust the name that's been making waves for over 65 years. Cox Pools. Serving the entire Florida Panhandle, Cox Pools brings experience, innovation, and quality to every custom pool design. From luxurious spas to resort-style pools, no vision is too big. Make your backyard the place to be with Cox Pools. Cox Pools, 65 years strong and still making a splash. Visit coxpools.com or call 850-235-7957.
Tired of boring merch and want your brand to stand out like the big names? Elevate your look with Red 7 Tees. They don't just print shirts, they create bold identities. They are a veteran-owned custom apparel shop providing the kind of detail that turns heads, using high-quality digital printing and embroidery to give you that unique style you love with no minimums or cookie-cutter designs. From small business to sports teams, if you've got a vision, they'll help you wear it proudly. Visit red7tees.com.
Ask for special ESPN Northwest Florida pricing.
He's
PCB Hobby, the beach's premier hobby store for sports cards, comics, coins, and trading card games. PCB Hobby carries the largest selection of boxes and packs from the latest releases of brands like Topps, Panini, Leaf, and more. Looking for a specific player or team? PCB Hobby has a wide assortment of raw and graded cards. They carry parallel rookie, game used, and autographed cards in both modern and vintage. Have a collection you want to sell? We buy, sell, and trade. PCB Hobby on Back Beach Road, just east of Florida Linen. Call 850-320-8388.
Better buckle up, Buttercup. There are no participation trophies here, just pure sports. The Coach James Hale Show live from the J. Michaels Studios.
Gen Z snowflakes.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Florida State, Florida State, Florida State. Whoa! FSU update.
Take that, LSU.
I was at that game in New Orleans. That was fun. Did you go to New Orleans? FSU game?
I wasn't invited by my good buddies.
Oh man, we had a blast.
No, I wasn't invited either.
Pastor, you were there, weren't you? New Orleans?
Isn't that where you almost got in a fight on Bourbon Street wearing your Alabama gear before an LSU game?
Yeah,
Who sold you out?
The last time I was in New Orleans, I ended up wearing a Lucky Dog chili dog.
I hear you. Yeah. I had getting close to the stadium. I had an Alabama white shirt, Alabama A on it. More of the coaching staff. I got it there. And,
how much did you pay for it?
I didn't. And
he knew something.
Anyway, my son's going, "Hey, look at this Alabama guy. What's he doing here?" Those LSU students are rude, man. They jumped me. Anyway, it was great. Thank you, Jared.
Yeah, I was visiting one time with my wife and walking down Bourbon Street. And I was just kind of quiet for a Sunday. Wham! A guy falls out of the balcony right in the middle of the street.
What do you got for? Oh, wait a minute. Before you get going, let's talk about newbies. We got 4 wonderful locations. We all been there, have a great time. Newbies Shooting the Curve. Go watch all sporting events, and then you went over in St. Andrews, that big, beautiful blue facility. That's one of Glenn's favorite. Mm-hmm. But we're all going to head down to the mothership. Charlotte's going to have the best entertainment for you on Friday and Saturday nights. Love John and Charlotte. They're always giving back to the community. We appreciate the FSU update. What do you have for us today?
Well, down in Newbies, they had a cot for me, but they did put a sleeping bag in there, so it was kind of warmer than it was.
Well, they have the fire pit outside for you.
Yeah. But anyway, listen, FSU, we're going to talk a little bit about their expenses here on athletics. And, they had $48 million jump this year from last year. And then now also in the last 3 or 4 years, they've had 38% more money coming in. And so football right now went from $61 million to $85.4 million. That's in expenses. And so, that's with all the things that are coming up. This doesn't have anything to do with the sharing thing that's coming up this year that they have to do. And so also now the funding and marketing, they went from funding and marketing from $1 million to $21.6 million. And so in the whole total department went from $3.4 million to $34.9 million. So they were bringing in some money. And with the debt, part of the debt, though, is, they can't do some of the things because right now they're still paying for the Doak renovation and also the standalone facility, which went from $4.5 to $25.7 million. So those are things that are going on. We really are keeping revenue pace, but barely keeping the pace with everybody. Our total revenue right now is $212 million, and it's up $27 million more than it was in 2024. And then the AC Media payout, they give us $34 million instead of the 20. They're not even giving us 40 yet. And then ticket sales, they pulled in $28.5 million, and football alone brought in $23.6 million. And then the donor contributions went down a little bit. They went from $62.3 million to $56.6, and that's the reason because they added on to the stadium. You don't get as many people to be able to come, and then so the institution, which adds to the FSU administration adds to it. They went from $33.9 million to almost, they went up to 33.9, and 2 years ago it was 109,000. So they've jumped on the boat a little bit. We technically ended up with a $3 million surplus, and so that's not going to include pretty soon, though. We got to pay the player revenue thing, sharing. And then to compare what's going on, Missouri has a total expense of $191 million, but Ohio State has a total expenditure of $320 million, and that's because they have over 35 sports, more than a lot of people. So we're trying to catch up, and of course Patrick may know a little bit about the money situation.
Patrick, you've been going there. You talk to players after games. You get some insight for us. What everything's going on, the money, everything. Let me ask you this. So we talked about this last week, but just you personally, what would be wrong if they brought Jimbo back? What? I know how he left. He's won a championship. He did well there. There's not the big time money to go hire somebody and pay him $12 million a year. He's making 7.5 or 7.6 right now.
10.
Yeah, so he could give him 3.
Oh, yeah, you're talking Jimbo.
Yeah. Would that ever
Texas
happen?
A&M paying him $7.5 million. So even if you went out there and you offered Jimbo a contract of say $7 million, Florida State doesn't pay him. $7.5 million comes straight from Texas A&M, so he would be making less. He would just be using his time. I don't know that the administration, some of the big boosters, the way he left, will bring him back or want him back. I've thought personally that a great way to bring him back would bring him back as an advisory role, some type of recruiting role inside the administration, so he can re-earn all that trust. But at the same time, if you're the head, such as a Mike Norvell or somebody like that, are you really going to hire somebody like a Jimbo Fisher who wants the job, who's publicly said he wants the job, to put him within your staff or department somewhere so he can have interactions in private, meetings going down a hallway by the coffee room with an AD or somebody like that? I just don't see a scenario where he can be brought into the program until after you've relinquished Norvell and the current heads of staff.
Well, two things about bringing him back. One, he went from a family thing like Bobby Bowden had it to strictly business. The second thing was they almost couldn't put a team in there because he did not really check on them going to class. The only thing Willie Tackett was he brought them back up to where they could play, but whatever they're supposed to have that graduation rate and whatever they're supposed to have. Yeah. So that was one of the things that.
Here's a vast difference between Clemson and Florida State.
Let me take this phone call real quick. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. This is Mike Cube, your favorite Tennessee fan.
Roll Tide.
You survived. We're so happy.
Yeah, I did, and I was without power, and I bounced around because I'm tough and mean. I wish I was as tough as I was mean, but you know how it goes. I just want to ask you something about Bammer and their use of the local corrupt courts and everything. What does that want to get them except a non-invite to the NCAA? They went down and took on Florida, got beat 100-77. It wasn't even that close in basketball. I know you don't care about basketball, Coach Hale. I realize that.
I care about everything.
But you ought to care about Alabama and the leadership there that is willing to trade a bid to the NCAA to get a guy, the G League dropout. 6 points, 7 rebounds, 5 fouls. Thank you. How'd that work for y'all?
Whew, it was ugly. It's getting uglier. I don't know. He got a lot of attention.
Yeah,
absolutely. His attention's the judge.
Yeah,
because he's an Alabama donor.
If he's an Alabama donor, yeah.
If he's not an Alabama donor, all this is a moot point. Randy will understand this. Louisville has a guy that has played the whole year that played 3 years in the G League.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's been well documented. This is not the first player to come back from the G League.
Thank you, Patrick.
Oh, no. They got, of course, Baylor, they arranged that guy to come back. I think they gave him 4 girls to be in his harem or something, whatever. But from the Browse era, I'm joking. It's a terrible joke, bad taste and all that. But I'm sick of it, really. And, here's the thing. Judge Roberts, let's call him by name over in Tuscaloosa, probably going to run for some higher office in Alabama. like the Court of Criminal Appeals, Court of Civil Appeals, or the Supreme Court. You know,
I'm just wondering what quarterback he's going to allow to come back and play for Alabama now.
They're talking about that. I don't know about one of those John Parker.
I mean, A.J. McCarron said he'll change his name to come back.
I don't know. I don't know what they were doing. That is a bad look. There's no doubt about that. If it had worked out and they were winning, it'd be something else. But when you do something like that and you lose, you're really looking bad.
Coach, I got one thing I want to talk about the Vols. I got to tell you, Tennessee's doing it different, but the reason why they're doing it is they believe that I'm talking about football, not basketball. Yeah. But Heifel believes that he's like Dabo. He believes that eventually there's going to be rules, and he's going to go with his two young bloods, McIntyre II and Fajan Brandon, if he's still he's there, I think, and he's just going to sink or swim with them. Now he might bring in an experienced backup, or walk on. I don't know. Of course, transfer portal closed and all that, but anyway, I don't like the way things have gone, and I know y'all don't. I appreciate your emphasis on high school sports this morning. I listened to you on Tune In through Apple up here in Tennessee, and I'll tell you this: it was 0 degrees in Marianna on Christmas Day in 1985.
Thank you. Hey, Mike, real quick, let me ask you about this real quick. I do want your opinion because you don't have a dog in the fight. I don't blame them. I wouldn't bother me a bit if they brought Jimbo Fisher back. They can't afford to get rid of the coach and spend a big time money on a big time coach. And Jimbo's won a national championship. He won there the way they lost. Now Conrad told us something that happened that we didn't know about. Yeah, the fight. I didn't know about that. But would you be okay with him coming back? In the back of your mind, thinking that you have a shot to maybe win again with him there as a head football coach?
I mean, I'd have to here's the thing: you got to factor in money, personalities, and all that. And
can you forgive and forget?
I do that. I do, and I think there should be more of that. Although I don't forget. I do forgive.
Yeah,
it's hard to forget, brother.
They already have a head coach in waiting, sitting on staff.
Who is it?
Gus
Malzahn. Okay, let me ask you something. One of the guys on another show said Gus Malzahn, every athletic African-American quarterback he sees, he calls him the next Cam Newton. Well, let me tell you, there's only one Cam Newton probably, and I'm not even.
Have you seen him lately?
Yeah.
Who, Malzahn or the quarterback?
Hey, listen, Mike, we got to take a break, brother. Thanks for calling, man.
I love y'all. Y'all stay warm.
All right, buddy. Appreciate you. All right, Pat Perno, City Commissioner of Lynn Haven. Love Pat. Does a wonderful job over there. But if you're over in Lynn Haven, make sure you get to Beef O'Brady's Lynn Haven. The key word there is Beef O'Brady's Lynn Haven. Pat, love you, man. I hadn't back over here. Pat hadn't been on the show in a while. We got to get him back over here. Also, MaxFit Sports Nutrition. Listen to Jason Kowaleski on Tuesdays and Fridays right here. Man, I don't know about you, Brian. I don't know how many players you got been sick, but it's crazy. All the people have been sick where we live. The weather has been crazy. If you take zinc and the immune that he has at his stores, I guarantee you, which I've taken, you won't get as sick. And if you do get sick, it won't be as bad, and you recover quicker. I know that for a fact. Go to MaxFit Sports Nutrition, Pier Park and 23rd Street. Check it out. Get you some zinc. Get some immune. You'll be glad you did. We're right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Weather in the Panhandle never stops. Turn to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with your latest forecast.
Up to the minute weather reports all day long.
A chance of thunderstorms and moderate rain.
In-depth storm coverage.
Winter Storm Enzo.
And breaking weather as it happens.
Hurricane Helene.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
We do have a tropical storm warning.
Rely on it.
Good morning. This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida. For this afternoon and evening, sunny and a high of 53 with wind 5 to 10 miles per hour out of the west. Mostly clear skies tonight, a light wind and cool near 47. Partly sunny and 65 tomorrow. 63 and very light showers with a moderate breeze Wednesday. Thursday, mostly sunshine and a temperature a bit colder at 54. This is your Monday's weather sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for listening to ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Are you ready for another historic season at the bank? It's time to lock in your seats for 2026 by placing your deposit now. Next season will be played at Everbank Stadium, but seating capacity is limited due to in-bowl renovations, and spots are going fast. Don't miss out on your chance to see the season's biggest matchups and highlight real moments by placing your deposit at jaguars.com/tickets or by calling 904-633-2000. Go Jags!
Reliable Copy Products is proud to be the exclusive dealer in Northwest Florida for Kyocera office equipment. Reliable Copy Products has been committed to providing professional, personalized service for the last 35 years. They understand that the right equipment does not always fall within today's budget requirements, so they offer several options for the equipment you need today for the growth you expect tomorrow. Call James Mothers at 784-6601. 784-6601. Reliable Copy Products on Harrison Avenue, just north of Bay High School.
Stay out of his lane and stay off his yard.
Believe me, this man is a menace. He's always drinking, starting fights.
The Coach James Hale Show live from the J. Michaels Studios.
Don't turn it off!
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Welcome back to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida, the home of Super Bowl 60. Can you believe it's Super Bowl 60? Listen to it right here this Sunday on ESPN Northwest Florida. And, of course, we got all the basketball you can think of. And listen to Andy when they get up there. Tough road game playing Tennessee. Auburn didn't get it done. I'll talk more about that a bit later. And we all know what happened to my mighty Crimson Tide. But anyway, Brian, Bozeman baseball.
Wait a minute, we don't remember. What happened to the Crimson Tide? Sorry to get a chance
You're breaking up. I can't hear you. What did you say? I can't hear you. You'll hear about it at 8 o'clock. We'll tell you all about it at 8 o'clock.
There you go. I see where you've got the NBA up there, the National Backyard Association. We got the Magic and the Oklahoma.
That's tomorrow night.
I know, but I just want to let you know to be ready to tune in, because if you're going to listen all day, you can just stay on this channel and get it. But
Brian, who you got coming up, big games? I mean, I know you got the district. Who is the district for Bozeman this year? And how do they get in the playoffs this year? Max, we're going to come watch every single game in the state of Florida and tell us who the best teams are?
It's crazy. It changes from year to year. Our district is, of course, us, Mariana, Freeport, and Pensacola Catholic.
Catholic.
We get to host the district tournament this year, so that's an advantage, because Bozeman High School is a tough place for people to play at. It's a very competitive district. With the playoffs, you win your district tournament, you're guaranteed a spot in, but everything else goes by FHSAA rankings. So if you don't win your district tournament, you kind of have to keep your fingers crossed to see if you get into the playoffs.
Oh, gosh.
They don't release the algorithm. They don't tell us the formula that how they pick these teams to make it in. So they keep it secret so that they can, do what they want to do with it sometimes. But it is what it is. And we've got a tough region. You look at what Bozeman played last year in the region. They played Jacksonville Bowls, they played Bishop Snyder, and then they played Trinity Christian. Last year in the playoffs in 2A, which is where we're at, 29 of the 32 teams in the playoffs were private schools, and Bozeman was one of them.
And that needs to change.
They did in Alabama. They changed in Alabama.
And every one of those public schools got beat in the first round except for Bozeman. So it's really tough. It makes it tough, the private school versus public school thing, especially in baseball. Baseball is really tough when you start looking at it from that light.
FHSA, they don't care. They don't care because they don't have to deal with it.
They brought in over $6 million. $6 million bucks. How they charge you for every classic, playoff, everything you do, they take money from the schools.
They do. We host our district tournament, and they take money from that. They've got their hands in every kitty jar that there is.
And we're not like a southern state. I say it all the time. And the other southern states don't do it like we do. That started, I think, in Colorado somewhere. And I'd like to know how it got started and where's the money. How's the money involved in this? Did they give us money? Did we get money from this thing, the Florida High School, off this Max Prep deal? But there's not a group of Max Prep people that go look and watch games. It's some kind of formula. They don't even know. The coaches don't even know how it works.
Nope. No,
it doesn't make sense
I don't
to me.
think they know.
I got to give the state of Alabama credit. They went and said, we're going to have a private league. We're going to have a public league state champion.
We're trying. Yeah, they're going to vote on it in March for us, I think.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. I think the state of Florida, FHSAA, will kind of watch what happens in Alabama for a couple of years and use them as their test dummy to see what happens before they make a move, in my opinion.
Yeah. All right, I want to ask you guys just about this. I watched the Senior Bowl. What's the Vandy's quarterback?
Pavia,
yeah, okay. They were talking about him. And hey, he had a great 2 years at Vandy's, no doubt about it. Passed for almost 6,000 yards, 49 touchdowns. He rushed the ball another 1,600 yards, another 18 touchdowns. They beat Alabama. He was incredible. There's no doubt about that. He's 5'9". Is he going to make it in the NFL?
He'll be a wide receiver.
I don't think he will. I don't think he'll make it.
He may not make it. I don't know.
Russell Wilson is about 5'9", 5'10".
He'll be the smallest. He'll be the shortest player in NFL history.
Kyler Murray,
as far as a quarterback.
Didn't Vanderbilt list him as like 6 foot or 6'1"?
They had him at 6'1",
and then he
6'2",
goes to the combo. He goes in the NFL, has him at 5'9". So yeah.
Yeah, but it's different. When you pass college, it's like high school. Playing high school is totally different than college. College is totally different than NFL. Everybody in the NFL can fly, can play. Elite athletes across the board. I don't, and I know he's a great college player. I know that. But I just don't see him looking over the offensive line, even rolling out. I don't know if his arm is what you need to have in the NFL. Am I crazy?
I don't think so.
You know who he reminds me of? A Doug Flutie.
Yeah.
Well, there's only, but how many of those come along?
So you think he's going to make it?
He'll get a shot because his elusiveness and being able to run, and that's what I mean. Yeah, you got to have the arm. They want that prototypical 6'3" to 6'5" quarterback, but there's already precedents of guys that are smaller in the league that are elusive, that can run. They're a threat with their legs versus just their arm.
You're looking at the Canadian Football League. The field's bigger. They throw it most of the time, yeah.
They still pay money, too.
No, they do.
I just watched him, and I think he's a heck of a college player. I really do, but I just don't see him doing it. And if I could be, I hope I'm wrong. But I just don't.
Yeah, there's Johnny Manziel.
Yeah. Look how.
There's a big difference between those two.
Well, mentally, yes.
And one thing looks like snow.
I don't know.
That one of them.
How much difference is there between those?
A lot.
You think so?
Because Pavia's not into all that. That Manziel was doing stuff when he was at Texas A&M as a sophomore that Pavia won't even do.
No, but Pavia's brother takes over that.
There you go.
Oh, it's the brother was doing it. That's right. Okay, I get what you're talking about now. Yeah. Okay. I wasn't thinking about that. Anyway, we looked at the Big 12. I wanted to ask you if you got it here. You're an SEC guy. I get that. I am too. But the Big 12, they went and looked at it and broke down how many players left, transferred out. The number one team in the country was Oklahoma State. Gundy, they fired him.
Yeah.
They lost 64 of their roster, 60 players off that roster. Gundy, he won 170 games, lost 90. Now, 2004 was not a good year. They start out 1-2. They get rid of him. Can that school bounce back and be good again in football when the big daddy money guy is no longer picking whatever is no longer involved in it? Can they bring it back?
It's going to be tough. I mean, in college football, one of the biggest stats in college football nowadays, it's not about stats on the field. It's about how much money you got in your NIL program. That's one of the most important stats in college football these days. And so the money is going to make the difference. And unfortunately, that's the state of college football at this time.
You lose 64 players, all-time record. Do you know who number 2 was?
No.
Colorado, when Deion came in.
Yeah.
Remember, he told him to pack and go, and it worked out okay year one for him, and then after that, it didn't. The number two team in the Big 12 will lose so many players. It makes sense. Iowa State's coach left, goes to Penn State. They lost 54 players. A lot of those players went to Penn State, and he did a heck of a job at Iowa State. I was impressed with that. The number 3, that's not Big 12. This is just across the country. Number 3 was Penn State. They lost 46 ball players. Some did follow him to Franklin to Virginia Tech. I do think Penn State's going to continue to win. They had a bad year this year. I think that's one of the elite jobs. A lot of those Iowa State kids are going to Penn State.
Yeah, how many games did Penn State lose this year?
A lot. Yeah.
A lot to their standard or a lot?
Yeah, for them. They lost a lot. The number 4 team, I didn't realize this, number 4 team in the country, West Virginia. They lost 44 ball players transferred out. Arkansas and Mississippi State both had 38 to leave. They got new coaches coming in. Michigan State lost 37. Here we go. At number 7, it was a tie. Auburn and FSU had 36 to leave. Cal had 35. Colorado and Washington State both had 34. Now, of all those schools we talked about there, which one will have a better year next year? Will it be Penn State, Iowa State, Arkansas, Mississippi State, FSU, Auburn, Cal? Who do you think? Just kind of throwing it out there.
I hope it's Auburn. I think Auburn has a really good chance of turning things around. And
I like the coach.
Yeah, I do like the coach there. So I think Auburn has a really good chance of turning things around quickly there.
I'll tell you a team that's going to turn it around the next 2 years. Virginia Tech.
Yeah.
Now you're going to come out of the doormats to be a prominent team again with what they have been doing, recruiting, NIL, transfer portal, everything.
I think you're right on that. I think that with him going in there, I think he'll fit in good well. And he brought in a lot of those guys from Penn State with him, and he also did a good job in recruiting. And he's a good football coach.
He is a good coach.
Well, the one thing they're going to have there is all those kids that were in that region that were going to other schools and now are going to stay there.
Yeah. I want to ask you before you get out of here, I know you got to get to school. LSU, this article just broke about they're going to investigate what's going on at LSU. There's no rules. You can do anything you want. Look at Ole Miss. I don't know what they're going to do to him, maybe fine him. There are no rules, so it's the Wild Wild West. What are you hearing? What do you know about what's going on at LSU?
Well, this committee that's investigating LSU is just a newly formed committee. It hasn't even, this is basically their first big investigation that they've done. And it's interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how it plays out if they use LSU as their example to set around the country, or if they have any power to enforce anything. So it remains to be seen. It's a little worrisome that we've got this brand new committee that's never investigated anybody before coming to investigate LSU, and with the whole NIL deal. And what I hear, though, is that they're investigating stuff more for non-football related players than they are for football. Most of what's happening is non-football related players.
Okay.
Is the basketball after the basketball coach again?
I think that could be part of it, yeah.
All right, Coach Brian Norman, thank you for coming in. Can't wait. High school baseball's getting ready to get cranked up, and we'll have you on every Friday. It's Bozeman Day, Bozeman baseball. Coach, anything money-wise? Anything going on, any fundraisers?
I can always use money. You got any extra?
Whatever you need.
All right.
What's mine is yours.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, hold your breath on that one, Liz.
And what's Glenn is yours.
I remember when I coached with James Hale, we used to go to our team meals on Fridays. You know, he charged coaches $10 and he'd put half of it in his pocket and the other half would go to the.
You got to look for the future. You got to be prepared for the future.
There's always a fee for organization.
Absolutely. We had to pay for our shirts. We had to pay for everything.
Oh, thank you, Coach Norman. All right, man.
Appreciate you having me on.
It seemed like the athletic director would have stepped in a little bit on that.
Yeah, I don't think she was too bothered by his.
Well, he had a boss at home and at school.
Have you ever heard an acceptance speech that long?
Oh, I fell asleep. I'm standing up and leaning against the wall and I fell asleep.
Rick Gray told me, can you come get Julie?
The only question, because I wasn't able to go, I was out of town for a cheerleading competition. Did she forget Coach during the speech, or did she thank him?
I think she intentionally left him out. She didn't forget him.
She was mad.
She was talking about Jamie and Jared and everybody else there, and she just completely skipped over James.
All right, go Bozeman Bucks, baby.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me on.
Anytime, man. Let's talk about some of our great people. Turpo Pest Control. You can't get more local than that. Patrick's on right now every Monday. His beautiful daughter, and he knows all about you. I was giving him a hard time about the cheerleading. He knows everything about those cheerleading. His daughter is absolutely great at what she does. What year is she now?
She is a junior, will be a senior next year.
Homecoming court. Now, is she on both the squads? She did cheer and she does both of them. She's outstanding. Just like Kyle Vandergrift's daughter is unbelievable. She cheers at Mosley also, correct? Yes. Kyle, you're looking for a roof. It doesn't have to be a roof. It can be anything. You want something built. You go on these coaches. You want something done for you. They'll do it. General contracting, they design it, they build it, commercial, residential. Listen to Kyle every Friday right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. And one of my favorite people, Steve Bertashaw, you talking about a great coach. He's been a Mosley swim coach, seems like forever. They've been in business, I think, since 1976 on the Steve's Bike Shop on 23rd Street. The electrical bikes are taking over the world. He's got a large selection of new and used, and they will deal with you. Steve's Bike Shop on 23rd. All local, all the best, right here on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
You've read the headlines. You've seen the highlights.
Highway robbery!
But how about the unfiltered truth?
Steroid era, you can like it, love it, hate it, whatever. It's a baseball.
Since 2017, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida has been the undisputed leader for sports coverage on the Panhandle. If it matters in sports, it matters to us, and it matters to you. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida. For this afternoon and evening, sunny and a high of 53 with wind 5 to 10 miles per hour out of the west. Mostly clear skies tonight, a light wind and cool near 47. Partly sunny and 65 tomorrow. 63 and very light showers with a moderate breeze Wednesday. Thursday, mostly sunshine and a temperature a bit colder at 54. This is your Monday's weather sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for listening to ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
When it comes to building smart and roofing right, TK Vandy's is the name you can trust. They're your go-to for general contracting, design, build solutions, and top quality roofing. From concept to completion, they deliver excellence on time and on budget. Whether it's a custom build or a complex renovation, they've got you covered, literally. Call TK Vandy today and build something better together. TK Vandy, built with purpose, roofed with pride.
WGSX Lynn Hayden, W Field, Q Port St. Joe. Panama City's home for Super Bowl 60. Powered by Panama City Toyota.
Crawfish season is back, and the heat is on at Lone Star Boil House. Lone Star Boil House is where the locals go for delicious, mouth-watering Cajun crawfish, shrimp, buttery red royals, and everything crab. Plus, Lone Star Boil House is now serving liquor. Get crawfish 6 days a week, open to close. To-go crawfish also available at the front bar, and crush the follow on Facebook for frequent food and drink specials. Lone Star Boil House, 320 West 5th Street, downtown Panama City.
He's a beacon of light to many and an inspiration to all. The Coach James Hale Show.
Pro-gun, pro-flag, and pro-peace show.
Live from the J. Michaels Studio. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Alabama updates brought to you by Stevenson Air Conditioning. Locals taking care of locals throughout the Panhandle, Florida. If you were freezing this weekend, we warned you. We told you it was coming. We said go ahead and call Stevenson Air Conditioning. Let them come out and service it. It'll run better. It'll save you money in power bill. And they'll coach you up, tell you what you need to do to make the house warmer and more cozier, like Glenn Manley does. Alabama update again, brought to you by Stevenson Air Conditioning. All right, Alabama goes on the road and gets destroyed by the Florida Gators. Florida, we know, the defending national champ. Florida.
There's only so much of that song you can listen to.
Florida national champs destroy the Alabama Crimson Tide, 100-77. We get professional players, bring them back home, and it still doesn't work. We're getting bad mouth throughout the country. At least we're trying. We're looking at different ways to be successul.
Well, that wasn't it. 5 fouls and 3 points or something.
Yeah, that didn't help.
And he had the cheering section.
Yeah. Oh, Cooper.
Now we may know why he didn't get to the next level.
That's true.
And came back.
Cooper Moss and Steve and them were there, and all the baseball players sitting together. I think they were like shooting out the T-shirts and stuff. Before they got into the game, Cootenham got a picture with the new head football coach at Florida. Florida. That was pretty cool. I shared that on Facebook. So Coop's having a good time down there watching Bama get destroyed by his Florida Gators. Alabama now is 4-4 in the SEC. I think they're 14-7 overall. 7-3 at home. On the road, they're dropped to 3-2. Neutral sites are 4-2. Wednesday, Alabama. It's not going to get any easier now. Wednesday, 6 o'clock. Alabama will play Texas A&M. A&M 7-1 in the SEC, 17-4 overall. This is going to be another tough basketball game for Alabama. And then on Saturday, it doesn't get any easier there. They're going to play the Auburn Tigers in the Iron Bowl. Tip-off is at 3 o'clock on Central Time. Last Tuesday, I was thinking, hey, you know what? We bounced back. We did okay. Alabama destroyed Missouri 90-64. And now, but Glenn, every time you turn on TV set, everybody's talking about the what's going on in Alabama. What's your take on it? If you were Oates, well, there are really no rules. Would you do what he did, or would you said, let's just don't mess with it?
Well, I would have probably held off till they have the whatever the hearing is, because I know they put the injunction where if he played, it didn't matter. They couldn't do anything about it. But, you know, you got to know there's controversy wherever you're going to go. But there's been other coaches in college said, yeah, they should have played him, and so I don't know.
Yeah, you're hearing it both ways.
Right.
The media specialist. Let me ask you, Patrick.
I would have stayed away from it, I think.
If you're Oates, you're there to win. You look for every angle you can to win. Basketball is very competitive. We've been good. We've been really good in basketball lately. As we're selling out games, we're making money. Would you have done what he did?
No.
Explain that.
What, and you're a former coach, both of you are. What message does it send to the players that are on the team when you bring in somebody during the season who was not part of that team, and then they get minutes and they're playing a significant role as far as minutes go? He did make a press conference where he said it was not going to take away from the other players, but it did. So what does that tell first, the players of that team, how loyal you are to them? They're already on the team. They already have their spots. Now you bring somebody out of a professional league and you're sitting the bench. Are you going to put forth your best effort, or are you already thinking transfer portal, where am I going? Let me start looking, because this coach is not going to be loyal to me at all.
I'm just worried. You bring up a great point, the chemistry of the team. You know, if you're winning, I think the players can accept that a little bit better, but you're not winning and somebody else getting less playing time. How's that work in the locker room?
Well, the other thing, too, is it's such a competitive league and it's such a strong league. Alabama is going to get in the playoffs. I'm just going to tell you, though, I agree with Pat. Okay, why is this guy coming in and everybody's already know their spot, their roles in the team, and who goes in, who comes out, and now you stick this guy in there, and he's not good enough to make it in the G League. What makes you think he can come back here and be a star?
Well, he can be. Here's where I'm going to go after talking with players and stuff at Florida State and a couple other small schools. They all get NIL money. So now let's look at it as a business, not just a fan and a player. That guy that was in his position, how much did Nate Oates just cost him in money in his NIL for future revenue, being able, by bringing this guy in? When you start looking at it as a business, all of a sudden now you're like, okay, Coach, if I came in and I started hosting the show 2 days a week, are you really going to want me to come in on the show and sit here?
Yeah, I like 2 days more off.
Oh, yeah, but now your money's cut.
I got to travel. I think that's
I get, but now your money's cut and you get less money. I mean, anytime you bring somebody in that scenario, when we're talking NIL, not revenue share, NIL, which is based off performance, especially in college basketball, you look at it and, okay, so let's say it doesn't cost you a lot, but it costs you $200,000. How happy are you with the team?
Let me ask you this. Bruce Pearl, former head basketball coach at Auburn, he's out there saying they should not be allowed to participate in the tournament. Do you think something like that will happen?
No.
I don't either.
No, I don't
for the
think
simple fact that he is not the only player that has come from the G League this year that is playing. But there's a lot of coaches, including Michigan State's, several other coaches have already spoke out. As it come up, Rick Pitino spoke out highly against these G League guys coming back To me, it's a bigger issue than what we're talking about. This is setting precedent in a legal standpoint for players in every sport to go to a professional league and come back. We all are we're worried about how many years of eligibility. There's lawsuits about that. If the NCAA loses that lawsuit of a 5-year window, you're going to have guys like a Diego Pavia that will go to the NFL that's already played 5 or 6 years in college, not make it. What's going to stop them from coming back once you set the precedents?
Right. You're right. That's a good point. That is a good point. All right, let's get off basketball for a minute. Let's talk about something good. Let's talk about the past. We got to live in the past if you're an Alabama football fan. It looks like things are. I don't know how it's going to go next year. I'm not too pumped up about it, but hopefully good things will happen. DeBoer seems like he's pumped up about the defensive front. He's been saying some good things there, but we'll wait and see. But they did a thing, and they've got all these different stats they go up with, and I always pick out the ones that make Bama look good. I like living in the past. You're supposed to forget the past. I like to keep the past. Alabama, the last 10 years of their home, this is the best home records in college football over the last 10 years. This is incredible that Bama only lost 3 games in 10 years at home. Alabama was 65-3. I didn't realize this. Clemson was pretty good too now. Clemson was 63-5. Ohio State 63-5. Georgia Bulldogs, which I thought would be higher, they were 56-5. Oklahoma 55-7. Number 5 was Oregon. Oregon was 55-8. Number 6, Michigan Wolverines. Michigan Wolverines went 58-10. App State, we all like App State. They were 52-9, and they were a small school. I did put them in there. Notre Dame Fighting Irish, they were 54-10 at home. Memphis, I did not know this. Memphis, 58-11. Of course, he gets a payday. He gets the head coaching job at Arkansas, almost doubled his salary. Silverville, whatever his name is.
Silverville, yeah.
Yeah, he did a good job. And the other one was Penn State. Penn State was 58-11. Now, I will say this. In the SEC, you had 4 cupcake games. You usually have 3. You have one tough one and get 3. So that does help some of the SEC schools. The Big Ten schools, they got to play one. They used to have to play one more conference game, so I get that. Clemson, ACC was just like the SECs. But still, I don't care who you play. If you're going 65-3, you're doing something right. So anyway, that was the best records at home over the last 10 years. And again, the number 1 team in this country doing so was the Alabama Crimson Tide, and that was football. Now, I want to thank Stevenson Air Conditioning for the Alabama update. You talking about dealing with local? Nobody's more local than Jason. He graduated from Mosley High School. He's the most honest guy I deal with. If you're having a problem, your power bill's going to the roof, the house is not getting any warmer, do yourself a favor. Go local, call Stevenson Air Conditioning. I guarantee you'll be glad you did. Also, don't forget about the legendary J. Michael's Restaurant. The best seafood, ice cold beer, the legendary J. Michael's. Every Wednesday, that world famous J. Michael's spaghetti. Don't forget about Russ and Amber over there in Lynn Haven, David Adamson. They got the best jewelry deals going. Go out there and check it out. You'll be glad you did. We'll be right back. You listen to 104.3 ESPN Northwest.
104.3 ESPN is above the rim. Exciting college basketball is back. Tune in every Saturday for the biggest games in college basketball, plus marquee evening matchups during the week. The Round Ball.
And it goes for the win!
You want it. You need it. And we've got it. College basketball plays here. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida. For this afternoon and evening, sunny and a high of 53 with wind 5 to 10 miles per hour out of the west. Mostly clear skies tonight, a light wind and cool near 47. Partly sunny and 65 tomorrow. 63 and very light showers with a moderate breeze Wednesday. Thursday, mostly sunshine and a temperature a bit colder at 54. This is your Monday's weather sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for listening to ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Are you ready for another historic season at the bank? It's time to lock in your seats for 2026 by placing your deposit now. Next season will be played at Everbank Stadium, but seating capacity is limited due to in-bowl renovations, and spots are going fast. Don't miss out on your chance to see the season's biggest matchups and highlight real moments by placing your deposit at Jaguars.com/tickets or by calling 904-633-2000. Go Jags!
Golf is a game that should be fun, but to have the most fun, you need to play your best. That's where the experts at Golf Plus come in. Their friendly staff will guide you through the buying process, answer all your questions, and can help with any repairs you need along the way. Golf Plus is your custom fitting, club repair, and golf retail shop. Golf Plus staff is non-commissioned and will work with you to find the best product for your game, just like they've been doing since 1988. Golf Plus in Panama City Beach. Fitting, repair, retail. That's Golf Plus.
If you got more A's on your truck than you did in high school, you might be a Bama fan. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Eagle, hey! Martha Kenny, James Jenner, all you Auburn Tigers out there. You might be happy about this breaking news. Gus Malzahn retiring from coaching. Wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting. We'll get into that later.
Yeah.
But you can't believe all the stuff you say.
That's true. I could be AI, whatever. But
if that is true, that's kind of interesting. Who would be the offensive coordinator at FSU? Hey, we got a phone call. Let me take this phone call. We got a special guest in the studio, but right now let's take this call. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. It's Tony, the Clemson Tiger. How you guys doing?
Hey, Tony. What's up, Big Daddy?
Hey, I got some breaking news. The University of Georgia athletic director is backing Clemson on their claims, and Duke University is now backing Clemson on their claims of tampering. And Sports Illustrated reported this morning that the SEC commissioner has asked for a full investigation of Ole Miss, and the NCAA has already said their investigation has already started.
Well, that'll be 9 years later.
Well, LSU will be next. I think LSU is going to be investigated also. So that's interesting. We'll see. Are there any rules? Who knows, man? I don't know. But I love Dabo, I'll tell you that.
Well, I started thinking about it. If you start looking at when did college football really start getting popular? Early 70s, when Notre Dame started going on NBC every Saturday. That's when college football started getting really, really popular. And I think corruption's been going on in college football since God only knows when. I played back in the late 80s, and back then, there were kids getting paid. In fact, Clemson almost got the death penalty back in the late 80s when Danny Ford was the head coach for paying players to come. They were real close to getting the death penalty.
Yeah, and Charlie Pell, I loved him. That was a great man, played Alabama, great football coach. He doesn't get enough credit for what he did at Florida. He's one of the reasons Florida turned it around. But you're right. It was going on different ways, different schools, some degrees a little bit different. I watched that special the other night on SMU. My college football coach was there at SMU when they got the death penalty. And he was at Southern Mississippi. We were beating everybody. They hired him. He went out there, and if that wouldn't have happened, they probably would have won a national championship. But the head football coach at Southern Mississippi, at SMU, didn't have control of that. The governor was involved in that. All these big money people, what are they going to do? What's the head coach going to do? Say, hey, I don't want y'all bringing in players in here? That thing was unbelievable what happened there. Now, I'm not saying that happened at some of these other schools, but that SMU deal was crazy. Go ahead. I don't know. I got off in left field there. Go ahead.
Well, with all the money that Texas A&M has, with all that oil money, you think they would put together a national championship team every year. They'd be able to buy anybody they wanted, and yet they can't even make the playoff.
Well, they did have one of the best recruiting classes all time, and it just didn't work out. Texas has got more money than anybody. Notre Dame's got a lot of money. Hey, I got a special guest in the studio. You want to hold on here a minute? Tony? Sure. You got to go. All right. Matt, tell everybody what you do. Tell everybody your name, what you do for a living.
Hi, my name is Matthew Lachlan, and I'm an MD. And I recently, with my significant other, opened up a Thrive Alternative Medicine, which is a medical marijuana clinic, which is basically designed to certify patients who have disorders that haven't been well treated in the conventional medicine area. And we help them get certified, get legal, and keep them going with their conditions and treat them and help them.
You know, all right, this might be totally wrong, but I do know when people, hospice, whatever, dealing with cancer and things like that, they were letting people smoke dope back in the day. Okay, right. And now it's gotten into all type of different medicines and cures and things like that. Talk about that. That's what I'm kind of interested in.
Yeah, it's there are always going to be people who are against it, and I understand that. But in reality, we have people who have post-traumatic stress disorder. Many veterans have it, and unfortunately, the Veterans Association is not allowed to prescribe it for patients or recommend it because it's federally still considered illegal. Recently, some changes have gone on in government for that, but in general, that's the situation. And it can help people with conditions like fibromyalgia or anxiety or depression or all these different conditions that are falling through the cracks with some people in conventional medicine, such as mental health disorders and a lot of neurological disorders, even GI disorders where people have Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis. And there's a variety of things we can hit and help.
I know this sounds stupid, but like people used to grow it, smoke it. Now, what you guys do, is it more healthier? It's not just something.
Yeah, in general, we are just making a recommendation for patients to go do what they want to do, go buy it in the dispensaries. We don't carry any products, we don't supply any products, but we're good at educating people on the different strains and the different ways you might get help from the system or the condition you're dealing with.
Does this go into the gummies and all that too?
Yes, okay. Yes. What's great about it is you don't have to smoke a thing. You know, people think, marijuana, you're smoking a proverbial joint. No, this is edibles, tinctures under the tongue, oral capsules. We have a lot of people who are older with cancer and different conditions that don't want to smoke anything, and they can't.
Right.
When people come into your office during your consultation, do you also go over some of their medical history as far as, like, I'll just use myself as an example. I had a heart attack 2 years ago. So if I come in and told you, hey, I had a heart attack, it was in the LAD and circumflex arteries, then I ask you, I have anxiety about this or that. How could you walk me through so I'm still medically sound with my heart condition, but yet can relieve the anxiety or something similar? I'm just giving an example.
No, that's a great example. Cardiac status is, they're going to be hit or miss sometimes on the way marijuana can help it or not. There are studies that say it supports it, and there are some studies that say it's contraindicated. But in general, your anxiety, that part that's very important in getting better, is going to be relieved by a strain such as an indica strain in the evening. Your mind will shut off, you'll relax, and you'll feel better.
Yeah, and if I'm not super familiar with it, I am somewhat familiar with kind of what you're talking about, but it's not just a THC or something like that product. There's other products and other supplements that you're able to do that can relieve stuff. Tell the folks a little bit about that and how some of that may work.
Yeah, some people want nothing to do with psychoactive, which means getting quote-unquote high, and that's totally understandable, and we're not trying to get people that way. Yes, there are going to be people that fall through the cracks, that's their goal, but most people who have medical conditions want something that's going to treat their condition, and pharmaceuticals have just failed them. They haven't done what they need to get out of them or gotten out of them, and I did conventional urology for 30 years, so I can understand this conventional side of medicine and this alternative holistic more side.
Yeah, I've got a personal friend that's had a eye disease since he was about 8 years old. And he's my age. He's up there around 50. And he's had to take non-conventional medications that were recommended to him by doctors, but they couldn't prescribe him anything for his condition. I mean, he's got tubes in the back of his eyes and stuff for drainage and different things like that. So some of the questions I'm giving you is some of those informations and stuff that you could help other people go through where they may have something that they don't really understand, and a doctor in a medical hospital can't prescribe that you can help.
Yeah, that's totally situational. Definitely true. For instance, there was a case, and I'll make it real quick, of a girl who was having intractable seizures every 30 minutes. And they came out with a Charlotte's Web strain that prevented that and got the girl down from maybe 300 seizures a week to maybe 1. And that's a case study of one, I know, but there are so many areas where it can help.
Yeah, give us a little rundown about you. Where did you grow up? What school did you go to? Y'all live here on the beach in town or what?
Well, me, I'm a little interesting. I'm a transplant from New York. All my teams are New York teams, and that might be good or might not be good. But I've adapted to the South. I've been in Florida now almost 30 years, and I have a son at UF, so I kind of tend to root for them. But I have another son at UCF, so,
wow.
You know, I'm a little all over the place with sports. But in general, me, grew up as a son of a bus driver and a mom who was a housewife in Queens, New York.
Wow. That's great, man. Now, how long you live here in Bay County?
Well, I'm up in Bay County on the weekends and during the week sometimes. But I actually have a residence in Palm Coast at Hammock Beach.
Yeah.
And come up here pretty often to...
Do you ever go cross over to Naples?
Yeah, I have.
You've been to Captiva, Sanibel?
I have.
Yeah, I used to live down that way.
Oh, nice. Sanibel got hit pretty hard with a hurricane. Twice,
yeah. You ever been to the Bubble Room?
No.
You got to go to the Bubble Room at Captiva Island. You got to check it out, man. It's incredible.
Is it?
Oh, my God, the food.
You have to teach Coach here a little bit about your shoes.
Okay, these shoes stem from the fact that I think Jordan is better than LeBron. And that's my thing, because he didn't switch teams. He just went at it. And I hope he's nicer than some people say in person, but I don't know.
Is your daughter, is she from New York also? Is that your wife?
That's my...
Yeah, you did good. You did good. Where is she from?
She is from Michigan. Detroit, Michigan.
Are you a Wolverine? Oh.
And
in Florida State. That's okay. That's good.
Yeah, she went to Florida State, and her two daughters went to Florida State. So
wow.
Yeah.
So you got a doctor and a lawyer.
You got it covered. Yeah.
Got it covered, right. Now, she's a licensed social worker, and she's offering mental health at our facility as well. So we can do some mental health treatment, and we can do some medical marijuana services.
I got a friend of mine really needs that.
I think everybody needs it a little bit.
Hey, tell me where y'all located.
We're located in near the Cox Pools.
Yeah, Richard.
Right in there,
Richard,
yeah. Right in that facility there. There's a bunch of offices, and we just have one in there.
Well, good.
Sweet D. Yeah.
Well, man, I appreciate you coming in. Anything we can do to help you, let us know.
All right. Thank you very much.
What's the best way to get up with you?
The best way is we have a Thrive in Alternative Medicine has a website, and that's the best way to get a hold of us.
Okay.
Do y'all have a Facebook page?
We have a Facebook page, too, and we have Instagram, and we have, I think, even TikTok. We're on there. We're on a lot of things, but I let Suzanne handle all that.
There you go.
Suzanne, you do a great job. You broke my heart when Michigan beat Alabama in Saban's last game in the Rose Bowl playoffs.
All the greats from Alabama lose their last game, except for Bear Bryant. He beat Southern Miss. But
he beat Illinois in the Liberty Bowl. Thank you very much.
You see my Knicks win last night over the Lakers. That was great.
Hey, were you ever a Jets fan? When Joe Namath played there?
I still am a Jet fan.
No,
now, you're probably too... Maybe you're old enough.
I'm old enough. I'm 59. Yeah. I was 3 years old, and I did see Joe Namath win. Predicted it, won it against the Colts, and
the Orange Bowl,
69, and it was 16-7, I think. The score.
Yeah.
Is he one of your clients?
No, not yet. Not yet. He could be. I saw him on Monday Night Football once, and Joe was a little happy.
When I grew up, that was my hero, man. When I grew up, I loved him. He was, oh my God.
He's a good guy. He's a good
Bear
guy.
Bryant and Joe Namath can't get him better.
There's
than that.
nothing he can't do in New York. He can just walk into a restaurant and there's.
Will they ever be good again?
It's going to take a lot from Aaron Glenn. It's going to take a lot.
Yeah.
We need a lot of help. I wish we could get Mendoza, but the Raiders are going to take him.
What a player.
He's a player, and he's got the head on his shoulders, I think, too.
Yeah,
character.
Yeah, unbelievable. Well, thank you, sir. Glad you came in, man. Anything we can do, let us know.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you, buddy. All right, let's talk about some of our other great people. We've got so many great sponsors, incredible. Stevenson, Jason, I love you, brother. Also, don't forget about Pat Perno, the city commissioner of Lynn Haven, does a wonderful job over there. You talking about a great restaurant. He runs his Beef O'Brady's in Lynn Haven like no other. You walk in, it's like going back in the day in Cheers. Like they know your name. They treat you like family. The food's incredible. Beef O'Brady's in Lynn Haven. And one thing else Pat will do, you call him, you got a big Super Bowl party this weekend. You want 500 wings, whatever. Just tell him the number. I guarantee you he'll have them waiting there for you. Beef O'Brady's, Lynn Haven. All right, we'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
It's the PCB Hobby Takeover with Todd. Mondays at 5:20 on ESPN Northwest Florida.
That is a very high-end card and very rare.
Todd talks about coins, trading cards, collectibles, and the amazing stories behind them.
It was the first one that's ever come through my door.
Plus, we'll be taking your calls and questions at 850-215-6290. The PCB Hobby Takeover.
A platform for you to do your hobby.
Mondays at 5:20 on the Sports Talk Monster. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Los Rancheros has been doing it right for 20 years. Los Rancheros brings a top-shelf dining experience to you with the opening of their beautiful new building. Watch all college and pro games on Los Rancheros' 14 large-screen TVs with great drink specials daily from 2 to 5 and during all the games. Los Rancheros, the place for live sports and great food on 23rd Street between Jenks and Harrison.
So you've heard the saying that if you love your job, you'll never have to work? Well, it's true.
I've worked for Brock Lawn and Pest Control for many years. The commitment to the needs of customers
and their commitment to each employee makes Brock a company I'm very proud to be a part of.
Brock's core values are also mine. Give people more than they expect and always honor your promises.
This isn't a job. It's a service to help people live a healthier lifestyle.
Brock Lawn and Pest Control. Our family protecting your family.
Looking for the most romantic night out in Panama City? Ferrucci Ristorante is your destination for authentic Italian cuisine and unforgettable moments. The candlelight, the wine, the homemade pasta. It's like a little slice of Italy. From handcrafted sauces to centuries-old recipes, Ferrucci brings true Italian flavor to every plate. It's where love stories begin and anniversaries are celebrated. To reserve your table, call 850-913-9131. Ferrucci Ristorante, Panama City's most romantic escape.
This is Coach Stephen Pearl. Your home for Auburn basketball on the Panhandle is 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show, live from the J. Michael Studio. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Patrick's here like every Monday. Listen to him on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. You want that yard like a golf course. You got bugs. You got spiders in your house. You get bit by a spider, it won't happen if you got Patrick. I guarantee you that. They'll take care of that, the yard and the house. And locally, it doesn't get more local than that. His beautiful daughter, unbelievable cheerleader. How old is your son now?
He is 13. He'll be a freshman in high school next year.
What school is he going? Mosley?
He's going to go to Mosley.
Is he a baseball, football, or all the above?
We're talking about him playing football, but he is definitely going to do the Mosley Bassmaster fishing team.
There you go. Nothing better than that.
He got to go.
Practice
he got to go last
tough.
week, and I'm just going to brag on him here for a second. He had 4 fish that went almost 20 pounds.
Wow. Where'd they go?
We were up at Lake Seminole. He outfished me again.
You know, practice has got to be tough. We got to get in the boat. We got to go catch.
Hey, if I show you a picture, he told me at one point he could not feel his fingers.
I have that problem. All right, let's bring this caller on right now. Tony, what's up, Big Daddy?
Hey, guys.
You still with me?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Yeah, we had to let Matthew come on and talk to us. I tell you what, that's a good man right there. He knows what he's doing. His beautiful wife, they're good people. Good people. Glad they came in this morning. All right, I'm trying to sit here and think about. I want to ask you a couple questions. You know football, and if you want to talk about something else, that's okay. But I did want to get something in today, if you don't mind. Help me out. Third-year head coaches. CBS ran a story on this. We went over the 2-year head coaches, how they did. But let's look at some. Hugh Freeze, Deion Sanders, Coach Key at Georgia Tech, Louisville, Jeff Brom. Look at some of these guys in their third year, what they accomplished. Matt Rule at Nebraska, and some of the other ones, Cincinnati's head football coach, Wisconsin, Lou Ficknell, and they graded them. I want to start with Deion. When he got there, all the hype. They ran off all the players. They brought in a bunch of players, and it all worked out fairly well. And then now he lost his son. He lost the Heisman Trophy winner, so he's in rebuilding mode. His overall record at Colorado is 16-21. What do you think? What grade would you give him this year? CBS gave him a grade of C+. I think they were too nice. I don't think he did a C+ job. But I will say this. He had all kind of health issues, serious health issues. But what kind of grade would you have given Deion?
D.
That's what I had. That's exactly what I had. Patrick, what would you have done?
I agree with the C+ for the fact the 2 previous years before he got there, what their record was, and the players that they had when he came
fair.
in.
That's fair, Glenn.
Yeah, I think probably a C because what he did do at least the first year, and so also what he's put up now. You see the rules he's put up for the NL guys. Yeah,
I love it. Well, Tony, we're dealing with 2 ACC guys, 2 FSU fans. You and I were fair and balanced.
3.
We are. Yeah, we got 3. We were correct. They're wrong. But anyway.
Again?
We got to go see the doctor over here because we're still suffering from mental anguish from the last 2 years.
That's right.
All right.
Hey, we got Clemson comes to FSU this year. I'm going to that game. So Clemson's got a tough schedule.
They do.
We start at LSU. Then we're going to the Georgia Southern game. My wife was an Eagle. She graduated from Georgia Southern.
That's a good school. That's a good school.
Yeah. She said it was. She had so much fun there and got a great education, and she wishes a lot of times she could go back in time and be there.
What's her name? What is her name?
Kirsten.
Okay. Let me ask you this. They do got Miami, right? Clemson got Miami, Louisville. They got both those?
We got Louisville on the road. We got Miami at home.
Dang. FSU.
We got Virginia Tech at home.
They're going to be good.
Got a gauntlet. Yeah, Clemson's got a gauntlet of a schedule. If we end up 8-4, I'd be happy. Some people have Clemson going 9-3. Some people have them going 5-7. If they go 5-7, Dabo won't be there next year.
That I don't think they'll get rid of him. I think he'll do it himself.
Yeah, I think he'll walk away from it. I think he's at the point that he's had enough of the way college football is going. I mean, he's done everything you could possibly do in college football. I mean, if he walks away from it, he's accomplished what he set out to do.
All right, you were talking about they're going to investigate and all the stuff that's going on, but what are they really going to do? They investigated Michigan for how many years about what everything went on down there, the cheating scandals and everything else, and really nothing was happening. They fined him, so what? So what do you think happens to Ole Miss? They fine him, they keep the linebacker, they go win, they make the playoffs again. How does that really hurt them?
You know what they're going to do? They're going to suspend the head coach. They'll probably fine him something like $5,000, take one scholarship, and suspend him one game against, some Division II school that they have on their, schedule this year, that he won't even miss an SEC game. It'll be one of their pancake warm-up games. and he'll get suspended 1 game and fined $5,000. I would be really surprised if they got a serious penalty. I would be shocked.
This is an opportunity.
Example.
This is an opportunity for the NCAA to set a precedent and set a rule. And people aren't going to agree with my opinion of it, and that's okay with me. I think they should put a postseason ban on him.
Yep.
If he is found guilty through the NCAA, and it should be an immediate this current year, and then that will stop these other coaches from doing what they are accused of doing.
Well, not only that, what about the SEC commissioner? He's got power. He can do what he wants to do.
Yeah, but he can't postpone Ole Miss from the college football playoff. Only the NCAA can.
I think he can do whatever he wants to. He's the SEC commissioner. They got a lot of power. He could do what he wanted. If they really want to stop this out, the Big Ten commissioner could do something to their teams. Until they break away and set their own rules, I don't think anything's going to happen. The NCAA doesn't do anything anymore.
The only problem with it, if the NCAA was to do that, you just open Pandora's box, because now every team out there that's had it happen to them is going to submit evidence to the NCAA.
Yeah. And everybody's been doing it.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, I want to get back to my CBS poll. All right, let's go to Auburn. You got to hang up, Tony. You got to go. What do you got to do?
No, I'm good.
All right, let's get to Hugh Freeze. I think we all got the answer to this one. He's 15-9 in year 3. What did Auburn do? They cut him loose. His first year, he went to a bowl game, went 6-7 that year, lost the bowl game. Overall record versus SEC was 6-16. He was fired. They gave him a grade F. I think we all agree with that, correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
Georgia Tech, Coach Key, I think he's one of the best ones out there. They gave him a grade of an A, and I'm with him. He's 27-20. Former Georgia Tech player. The guy can coach. He got him bowl eligible. I think the first year was there. He won 9 games in 2005. He's 20-11 ACC competition. He beat Clemson last year, beat Miami. The Clemson win we thought was going to be pretty big, but as we found out, it wasn't as big as we thought. Would you have given him an A or a B?
I give him an A.
I do too. What do you, Patrick?
Yeah.
Yeah. A. Yeah.
All right, let's get to this boy. I'd take him at Alabama right now. Louisville's head football coach, Jeff Rom. They gave him a grade of an A. Big year 1, playing in the ACC championship game in year 1. A pair of 9-win seasons, 2024, 2025. They did go on the road and beat the national runner-up Miami in Miami. He's won 28 games, which is more. He's won 28 games. That's more than any other coach that's been a head coach for 3 years at that university. They gave him A. I would give him A. Tony, what about you?
I'm going a little bit higher. I'm giving him A+.
There you go. I'll give him A+ because he hired one of my boys. Glenn, A?
A, yeah.
Patrick,
yes.
A. Randy, you okay with A?
Oh, yeah, my boy.
Okay. Randy knows him. They're buddies. All right, Nebraska, Matt Rule. CBS gave him a grade of a C. Made a bowl game in 2024 and 2025. I didn't realize this. First bowl win in Nebraska in 9 seasons. That's crazy. They used to be a powerhouse. They joined the Big Ten. They fall apart. Overall record is 10-17 in Big Ten play. They gave Matt Rule a grade of a C. Tony, would you have gone tougher on him, or would you C okay?
C-.
C-, okay. Patrick, help me.
Between a C+ and a B-.
Okay, all right. Glenn?
Yeah, what he took over what Scott Frost had, but, he hasn't really done what we thought he was going to do, because what he did with Arizona and everything.
Right.
But I'm going to go with a B-, I think.
Okay, y'all have been. I said C was okay. Some of the other coaches, the guy that left Louisville goes to Cincinnati. They gave him a C-. I gave him worse than that. He's 15-22 at Cincinnati. What do you think about that? What grade would you give him?
D.
D?
Yeah, D.
Tony, what do you think?
I'm going with a
Satterfield.
D.
What?
D, he said.
D, okay, good. That's about where I'm at. What did you say, Glenn?
D, I said D also.
All right, Lou Fickell, 3rd year at Wisconsin. Record 17-21. Big Ten record 10-17. I thought he was a home run hit. He went in there, changed up the offense, went from the power offense to the spread, and it just didn't work. I think in the Big Ten, especially in that cold weather, you got to be able to run the ball. That's been the problem there. I think I'd have gave him a D. They gave him a C minus. Tony, what would you have given him?
I'm giving him a D minus.
Tony?
I would agree with a C minus.
I'm going to go with D. I'm going to split the middle, I think.
I got him with a D. Why would you go C minus? I'm just curious.
Because if you don't give him a C minus, you can't pass the midterm.
Well, yeah. The only thing they're lacking is a running game. If they get any type of physicality, they're going to be right there with the big boys.
All right, you heard it here first. All right, buddy. Hey, we got to go, man. Thank you for the call. You have a great day, okay?
You guys too. Take care.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you, buddy.
Go Tigers.
All right, let's talk about one of my favorite new places we got. We are pumped up about this, man. Pepper's Mexican Grill in Panama City Beach Parkway. There, hey, Monday, all you military people, and we got a bunch of live here, at either one of them. We're talking about on Highway 77 in town, right across the street from the old mall. Get out there if you're military. Tell them you're military. Tell them you heard it right here on Coach Hale Show. 10% discount. And every day, buy one, get one free. House margaritas, draft beer. The place has been remodeled here in beautiful Panama City Beach. We're so happy to have one over here in town, on the beach now. Beautiful inside and out. Right, it used to be where TJ Fry's used to be. Right. Great place to have a party. Great place to have birthday parties, things like that. We had a wonderful time after the Arnold Hall of Fame dinner. Go check it out. Pepper's Mexican Sports, not sports, but grill. You'll be glad you did. Also, don't forget about Max Fit Sports Nutrition. You want to look better, feel better? Jason Kowaleski can make it happen for you. Jason's located on 23rd Street and Pier Park. Listen to him every Tuesday and Friday right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. And every Wednesday, 7:30, Dr. Ward. 1 in 5 develop skin cancer. It can be deadly. All it takes is 5 minutes. Call, make an appointment. I got one tomorrow with him at 1:30. The guy's incredible. We'll be right back. You listen to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
The Sports Blitz.
Now, maybe we should go and find another G League player to the Alabama team, and we probably could win the tournament.
Maybe Bama should be forced into the G League.
We'll play in the G League.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, Alabama doesn't have a professional team, so then maybe it gives the Tide.
Yeah, Alabama Tide in the G League. That would be fantastic.
The Sports Blitz.
Live and local, weekdays, 4 to 6.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida. For this afternoon and evening, sunny and a high of 53 with wind 5 to 10 miles per hour out of the west. Mostly clear skies tonight, a light wind and cool near 47. Partly sunny and 65 tomorrow. 63 and very light showers with a moderate breeze Wednesday. Thursday, mostly sunshine and a temperature a bit colder at 54. This is your Monday's weather sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for listening to ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Los Rancheros has been doing it right for 20 years. Los Rancheros brings a top-shelf dining experience to you with the opening of their beautiful new building. Watch all college and pro games on Los Rancheros' 14 large-screen TVs with great drink specials daily from 2 to 5 and during all the games. Los Rancheros, the place for live sports and great food on 23rd Street between Jenks and Harrison.
This is Patrick with Turf Pro Pest Control. Do you want a great-looking lawn? Call Turf Pro. We will come out to your property and make a customized plan for your lawn. Then we will do the most important part, execute that plan. Turf Pro is a locally owned and operated company. We take pride in making your lawn beautiful. Call Turf Pro. You will love your lawn. The blue and yellow trucks make your lawn green. Find us on Facebook at Turf Pro PC.
He's a 10-foot-tall, barrel-chested beast man who showers in vodka and feeds his baby shrimp scampi.
I'm kind of a big deal.
Please welcome.
Ain't gonna hurt.
Live and local from the J. Michaels studio, the Coach James Hale Show, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Hey, Super Bowl 60 right here on 104.3. How are you liking that game?
I'm gonna say Seattle.
After watching both of them play, you got to remember now, New England played in that snowstorm, which is kind of different. But just watching both those games, you would think Seattle would win it. But then again,
Drake May's got a shoulder injury.
Who does?
Drake May.
Here's the thing about, Pete Carroll before. They're down on the 1 yard line.
But he's not there.
I know, but I'm just saying.
The last time they played.
The
kid from Troy intercepted a pass.
Yeah,
right?
we threw it right to him.
Yeah.
You're telling me that's not rigged?
I don't think it was. I don't think it was fourth down, was it? Wasn't it?
No, it was first down.
Yeah, on the foot yard line,
the biggest
throw the ball.
running back in history of.
Yeah.
At that time,
horrible play call.
I know, but either you could do 4 quarterback sneaks and make a yard.
Belichick even said that he knew they were going to do that play.
Gosh,
he called the defense.
So he should be in the Hall of Fame.
Made the kid
also.
from
that's a robbery.
He made the kid from Troy famous.
I'm serious though. He really should be in the Hall of Fame.
I know.
I think that's wrong what they did. That's completely wrong.
Well, here's the problem. One of the problems: you can't have Robert Kraft and Belichick there together. Because
did Kraft make it?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, you could have.
You could, but
they should have.
Well, I know, but you know what I'm saying. Kraft doesn't want anybody to overshine him right now. That's
I wish I had his money. Talk is what you were talking about. Financial records. What are you talking about?
Okay, so I've got a trivia question for Coach, since he's a huge Alabama fan. How many, and this is in 2023 because I just released all these numbers, how many scholarship athletes did the University of Alabama have?
Across the board.
All sports.
I have no idea.
Glenn?
No. How much?
So they
scholarship athletes.
They cut up baseball. They don't give, you got to be an unbelievable player.
You can
basketball is what? How many is basketball? 12?
I'd say 155.
804.
Oh, my gosh.
What?
That's the scholarship athletes. Now, you have walk-ons and stuff like that. And this leads back into what we were talking about earlier with revenue. So the football program or athletic program, they've released these, and these are actual factual stats. What do you think the total revenue was for the University of Alabama?
Profit or just total revenue?
This is revenue for athletics.
190 million.
It was $214.5 million.
All right, write this down. 214.
214.5.
I went that far.
They're not even number one in the SEC.
That's got to be Texas, right?
Texas was at $298 million.
298. Wow.
Now, there's a revenue category called auxiliary revenue. This goes into the college bookstore, residence halls, and food sold on campus. This is not tuition or any of that other stuff. That was $218 million. Then if you go and look at, I haven't seen the revenue for.
So you're talking about like sweatshirts at the student
sold
stores?
At the bookstores, the food hall, dorm residency, stuff like that on campus.
So that was a profit of $218 million?
That's a revenue, not a profit. That's $218 million. That's $432 million in those two.
$432 million.
That doesn't include tuition, out-of-state, in-state, books, stuff like that the university also gets revenue from. And I mention this because we get this conversation all the time of, is a coach really worth that, what they get paid?
Yes.
So if you look at the numbers I just gave you, $432 million, and you're the CEO of that, and you're making $10 million a year, are you a high-paid CEO or a low-paid CEO?
Low-paid.
Now we start to see the real thing. Now, this leads into what happened in December. Utah was the first university to do it. Did you know that they are now partnered with a market equity group? $500 million is what the market equity group put into the University of Utah. Now you start adding all the other money that comes in, and you start seeing these revenue streams.
Now, is this what the Big Ten they were looking into doing?
It's not just the Big Ten. This is every school.
No, but I'm saying this is
remember when we saw that, I think it was a week and a half ago, where they were valued, all of these universities? That was done for these market equity groups to see who they want to invest in, who's going to invest in them. What we know within the next 5 to 10 years, like a University of Alabama, you're going to have a market equity group owning part of that as you get in there. One of the most interesting things to me, Kansas had a donation this past year of $300 million from one donor. at one time. 75% of that is to build what they call a district around the football stadium to create revenue for the athletic program. And they're estimating that once it's done, they're going to have somewhere between $175 and $250 million a year in revenue. Just in that, outside of ticket sales, books, media, licensing. The coolest one I saw in the whole stats was the University of Alabama. What do you think their licensing, not what they sell, just their licensing pays them for the A, or the name Alabama, on shirts, hats, banners, posters, all that fun stuff?
I have no idea.
I don't know either, but you can't.
It's $20 million. Now, the vast difference, I looked up what Florida State was. It was just below $5 million.
Okay. Wow.
So are you saying Alabama has more money than FSU? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Well, speaking of FSU, we want to let that Coach Malzahn has stepped down, retired as of today.
And the transfer portal just opened for SSU.
And the transfer portal just opened up for FSU players. So the ones that may not even show up yet can transfer.
Do you think he was talked to about retiring, or you think he did it on his own? That was kind of interesting.
He had some issues back during the season. And I think this, I don't know, but it possibly could have something with what happened back during the season with his family.
Right.
Okay. Well, Gus Malzahn. Hi, you have a great day. We'll be back right here on 104.3.
Maybe have a commercial about us on the afternoon show.
We're out.
Just in. Get the latest sports news, scores,